Hello everybody, this is Pam at the Paper Outpost, and I'm very excited to present to you today this lovely journal with a beautiful Keepsake collector's box to which it is presented in. And I thought I'd give you a quick look through and then we'll get on with today's video. Also going on right now, huge September special, 50% off all DigiKits, the JPEG downloadable images, and it's an awesome time of the year to gather these up for holiday crafting. So there you go. Just go to my Etsy shop and grab them at 50% off right now. Okay, so this is the decorated box, and we did decorate this together, but I continued to decorate it even after we got together, and I put a few more things in it. It's bound by this coffee dyed seam binding, sorry. And it says Enchanted, and it is embossed. It has Nuvo drops on it, a little butterfly, and it opens up, and there is a lovely Secret Garden journal on the inside of this box. So let's take a peek. Pull her out. She is loaded with some amazing, very old pieces. So I thought you might get a kick out of just a quick look. She also comes with a beautiful skeleton key, and she's also bound in the same coffee dyed seam binding. She has an embossed cover. She is a hardcover. She has a journal tag on the front. She's an exposed spine, and she's also decorated on the back. Okay. And she has 3 signatures, and she's a little chunky monkey. She's got lots of goodies inside of her. So let's take a peek. And this is a fun letter. This is, it's very timely, Thanksgiving night. So I thought that it starts with darling, so you know it's going to be a good one. And I do have my little about this journal in there, and a beautiful button. There's some page tabs, some copper colors. This is a gift, it's a greeting card that I made. Lovely photo, black and white photo, some handcrafted items. This is from a granite and marble mausoleum, monument, and headstone company from 1934. So there's some quite unique items in this junk journal. A lot of coffee dyed pages, tinted pages, stenciling, little fabric elements. Here's a piece of my ever diminishing very quickly. This is from the funerary and the coach company from a long time ago, and these are some of the coach items, meaning they were basically a horse and buggy taxi service way back when. So that's a really, really cool piece. So let's see. And here's an old ledger. Bulk sheep done. Lots of sheep. So somebody was purchasing sheep, it looks like. And some kitty corner tucks. And here's an alteration tag. Here's a very old ticket. And this journal was just a pleasure to make. Lots of handmade embellishments. Here's an old 1865, it's some type of a receipt from the county of Aristock. There we go. So there are some very unique items in here. So if you like real old stuff, this has got lots of that in it. Here's an old parchment. It's actually a coffee dyed parchment paper bag to look old. Beautiful old photo. There's a map. There's another handmade card in here. And so there's multiple tucks here, and this is a very old greeting card from days gone by. 1958 for that one. Some handmade items, some trim. This is one of my new DigiKits, the Unicorn Beauty. Yeah, each signature has a metal tag, an old Sears Roebuck catalog, more handmade items, and there's an old check from 1904 in there. And here's another beautiful old photo of some lovely gathering, friends or family getting together. An old button, a nice little bag with another photo in it. And there's some real nature in here. Lots of room to write in this journal. Another handmade card. Here's a beautiful old letter from 1936. Starts with, I'm sleepy. That'll be a good one. Beautiful old postcard, another handmade card, a lovely photograph. This was made out of an envelope, an old envelope. And this is a report on the within petition. Some old papers there. Another old letter, beautiful nature and botanical imagery here. More lovely stencils and some stamps. Here is some Braille, beautiful paper. Here is a gorgeous tree stencil, and just some fun items for you to peruse as you go through here. Here's an old ticket, beautiful multicolored stenciling. Some bunnies, if you're a bunny lover, a library card. Here's an old Butterick pattern cover. So loved making this journal. She's truly a beauty. Another little letter in here. I think it's an old receipt. It's probably a pretty old one. Sometimes they have, let's see what it is. It's from a ledger, 1897. They put some real nice goodies in this one. So if you like to collect old papers, this is a good one for that. Here's some old Latitude paper. And this is the Northwestern State Teachers College report card and an old letter. So lots of fun here. Another little parchment bag with some old music and some different items in there for you to check out. So if you would like to pick this up for yourself or a loved one or somebody else, it is available right now as of the recording of this video in my Etsy shop. It does come with the box. It's nested in the box as you saw it. And the box can be used to store the journal, or you could use it to keep embellishments or your own favorite items, whatever you like, a little jewelry box. There we go. There's a very old picture. And will this treasure be yours? Here's a handmade envelope or hand decorated. Lots of flowers, butterflies, birds, mushrooms, buttons, sari silk, a lot of hand paintings, an old vocabulary card, some old papers, another handmade card, and some page tabs. There's an old Scantron. And there we go. And it's signed and dated for you here at the back. So, and let's move on to this is the Secret Garden and her accompanying box. Okay. So, all right. So today I thought we'd have fun. Just, okay, so I've been doing some serious cleaning in here. And let me see if I can show you without turning this off. This is always the difficult part. Okay. So I'm going to put some pictures of before, but this is actually after. So this is really good. You should have seen it before. Okay, so the whole top level there, like above the tabletop, the cubbies and the whole thing to the right of that, I just went through everything and organized it, and that was the biggest thing, realizing what I had. And what I realized is that I thought I didn't have a lot of pre-made embellishments. Well, apparently I do. And also I have a lot of scraps. So what I would like to do is make some things using just plain scraps, and let's just see what we can do. And I thought I'd make some little notebooks. So I'm going to request a challenge here. If you're up for the challenge, just grab a pile of your scraps, doesn't matter what it is, and just see if you can make simple things from it. And I think what I'm going to do today, I'm not going to use my sewing machine as I often would, but I think I'm going to rely on my Tim's Tiny Attacher stapler. You could use a regular staple as well. Stapler. I think I'm going to need a few more rows of tiny staples. Oh, I got two of them. I got one big one. No, that won't work. I put all my staples in one spot. But I do use the Tiny Attacher a lot. I would say it is up there with some of my favorite tools. The crocodile, the bone folder, things like that. Those are like some of my favorite tools. Whoops. Dropped my pencil. Okay, we might use you too. All right, so we're just going to snuggle in and see what we got. We got a pile of paper here. I do have some cardstock, so that's going to make it a little bit easier because it makes a nice cover. And I'm going to bring over my cutter so maybe we can cut together and do it as it really happens. Let me move the ties for the journal over there. let's say out of this piece of cardstock, which I'm going to do one of those maneuvers. So how's your, it's not, I know it's not fall, but I feel like it's fall because it's feeling much cooler in Florida. I mean, you know, you give us a couple of degrees in the right direction and we're really happy. It doesn't have to be a lot, but we are ecstatic because it makes a huge difference to the way it feels, because summer here is really, really warm. Oh, I love this old wrapping paper. I've just fallen in love with. I don't know what it is. I just think it's so darn pretty. And okay, so let's use that because it's so darn pretty, right? Okay, and maybe we'll put that on the cover of one of these. Yeah. There we go. Well, of course, we're going to use all those little pieces for something. We won't let those go to waste. Not here. The Paper Outpost, never. Maybe we'll do a collage design. That might be nice. All right. Oh, I like that. Okay. So I think I'm going to use my glue stick. I should probably get a baby wipe ready because I know I'm going to get glue all over the place, as I do. And that's half the fun of it, getting yourself covered in glue. And this little notebook, it can be either way. It can be this way. It can be this way. We'll make it this way today. Now, I do have this pile of scraps, and I thought maybe I'll just start layering them together, and I can always make them fit after, so that's okay. If you have old books, those initial pages that don't really have any writing on them, they're called fly leaves or leaf papers. Those are great. They're great to use up in projects like this because they're usually pretty paper. They're usually often a different quality of paper than the actual book page paper. I don't say better or worse, just different, and it'll give you that different texture feel. So what I think I might do is I'll take some regular paper and I'll put in some special papers. And how many you want to put in here is entirely up to you. And what kind of papers you want. Like this is wallpaper. That's really pretty. That'd be nice for a cover. All right. And I've got some DigiKits that I printed out on paper at one point. So let's see. Maybe we'll alternate some white paper with some colored papers here. Some cream papers. That's really pretty. Yeah. Oh, I found a sticker in the pile. Okay. So yes, I've got things to use out, and you can use the pages from magazines, whatever you have that's lying around that looks like it doesn't have a purpose, but it does. Oh yes, it does. It does. It does. Okay. So now we're going to take it, and then we're going to fold it in half. Okay. Then we're going to put it in here, and we're going to realize that it's too wide, so we're going to make a little mark. And you can make it with a, you want it this to lay inside the book. So I want it to be a little bit inside the book. So I give myself a little room there, and then I can just come along and cut it. And because of my amazing ability not to cut straight, I think I'm going to put one more piece of paper in here. So this will have some girth to it. Yeah, it'll be a little chub. And I don't mind if the pages are all different lengths. I think it's kind of cool. You can always make them all the same length if you want. But there, I'm going to do that. Now, they're not perfect here. They're not perfect here. But when I'm done with them, they'll be perfect. Okay, so got that. Now, that little mark that I made on there, I'm going to cut there. And then I'm going to come around and I'm going to cut here as well to just be away with all of that. Now, let's see. It would be very helpful if I kept in eyesight the little booklet I'm working with. And this is the other half. Oh, is that it? It's amazing how I can lose that in 2 seconds. Did you see that? And it's gone. No, it's got to be here somewhere. Is that it? No. Can't have gone far. Here it is. There we go. We're good. It's all right. It's all right, everybody. Okay. All right. So, there. All right. Now we're going to open all this up. And you can stagger them a little if you want them wider in there. And you can decide whether it's long enough, short enough, totally up to you. And if you find that some of them aren't long enough, what you can do is you can stagger some of them, like this way, for example. maybe you want this one to be longer to go down closer to the bottom of your book. Then you just find out where the spine is and fold it accordingly. And then all of a sudden you're going to have some that lay longer. Okay, put that in there. Yeah. I got something like that. And then we have this one. Okay. So now there's a couple things that you can do here because this is going to be a problem. Okay. I can't get there. Okay. So now if you have a regular stapler, or you can do this, open it up. This will get you out of that little quandary, which is a quandary. And then you can take some styrofoam or something spongy, or even a book page, or a book that you haven't fallen in love with, and you're going to punch straight down into this. Okay. Over the spine. Can you see? Yeah. Okay. Okay. And you could do 2 staples. You can do 1 staple. Maybe I'll do 2. Okay. Don't do too hard. Just get that through, because you're going to come back. Then I can pull that out of there. My little things are sticking up. You can either use your thumbs to push them down, or you can come in with a pair of scissors if you don't like doing the thumb thing, and push them down. And that'll give you stapler in the middle, which is what we want. Now you can also use a long stapler if you haven't seen one of those. They look like this. Okay, you can put a longer page. You could come in and do the whole thing like that. Like you come in like that. It's almost like a crocodile, but for stapling. Okay, so they do make these if you want that, but they're not necessary. But it's just nice to know if you're going to be doing a lot. Maybe you want something like that. Okay, just make sure these are not pokey on your fingers or anybody's fingers. Okay, oh, now a little up. Put you down. Okay. And then you take your bone folder. Just give it a little crease. And maybe we'll do this one in pink. Let's here's some worn lipstick. Distress Oxide. And who doesn't love a little pink notebook, right? So you can make these for shopping lists or idea lists or to-do lists, whatever you like. They don't even have to have a purpose. They could just be a collection of papers. And you can make a whole bunch of these, like a big mass making session with your scraps, because sometimes we have lots of scraps. Okay. There we go. Just gonna like fan it in the corners a little bit. I like doing that. Call it hueing or vignetting. Like just bringing the color in a little bit on the corners. Gives us a little more pizzazz. And I think I'd like to put a little focal point on there. Something that might just bring it all together. Let's see what I have here. What's for you? Interesting little thing. You're kind of cute. Well, I just found this thing on my desk. So I think I might put that there. That's kind of cute. All right, let's do that. So I'm trying not to overthink, keeping in mind that the purpose of today is to relax, unwind, use up some scraps, create some fun things for the junk journals, and just feel good about the whole darn process. So it can be very therapeutic, very relaxing. Remember to remind yourself it's only paper. And if it doesn't come out the way you envisioned in your mind, it's okay. Just start again, grab another piece of paper, or tear it apart, or glue over it, or paint over it, whatever you like. There we go. Now we have a cute little notebook. And if we wanted to amp that up a little bit, you got it. Probably going to grab some stickles or something. So get that one, and put the white one. Okay. Can't remember which one was giving me trouble the other day, but what I've got today, I've got This is Nouveau Crystal Drops, NUVO, and that is Morning Dew, Ebony, Black, and this is Copper Penny. Yeah, you know my Copper Penny. Okay, and maybe I want to put some black on this for a little bit of drama. Let's see if it's rolling. Oh, it is. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So if you amplify the corners a little bit, it just gives you a little bit of pizzazz. Little fancy corner work. Nothing wrong with that. Pretty easy to do. Very beginner friendly. And let's say you want to amp it up a little bit more. You can totally do that. Maybe you're going to grab your aquarellable, where is it? There it is. Aquarellable Stabilo pencil in number 8046, which is a water-soluble graphite pencil. And if you just lightly go around the edges, you're going to be able to create something that blooms with a little bit of water on either the end of your finger or a Q-tip. I like to use a Q-tip. You never know what's on the end of my finger because I work with a lot of inks and dyes and things like that. So here's my hand cup, always at the ready. All right, Q-tip. All right, let me zoom in a little bit so you can see this amazing process. Wetting the Q-tip. And then just move quickly. Go along. And it will, now be careful you don't smudge don't do that. No. Okay, so that's like rule number 1, which always happens with me because it always happens with me. Okay, so we got to figure out a way out of that. Okay, there we go. All right, so this you can wipe on your shorts or on a cloth if you have one. Okay, so now I've created a little bluebird over there in that corner. So let's see if we can get ourselves out of that. I'm going to try and get fancy and do a little design. Let's see. Okay, so I have a weird little blop there. Let's see if we can play with that with the black. Let me turn it this way so I don't drag my fingers through the rest of it. Okay. Okay, I'm going to try and turn it into like a little leafy flower thing. So sometimes you can play with your designs. And yeah, you can do a lot with, you can draw with these things too, which is kind of cool. And just making little random patterns of, you know, dare I say it, whimsical flowers. I know. On the sides. They can come off from the sides. A little flower here, down here. A little heart flower. A bigger one. Okay. And maybe that one's going to come down here, and this one's going to come over here, and then you can kind of keep going with it, and maybe make a little skinny flower there. That's right. You could do something like that here too, because I managed to mess it up in that little corner too, so we could just turn that into something. Okay, we'll just do a little line. There we go. If you inadvertently put a little line there, then just work with your line. Extend it, make it look like it was part of the design. And remember, these are all whimsical and fanciful. I know, there it is again, that whimsical word. But you are allowed to have fun with your supplies, and nothing needs to make sense in the whimsical world. So you have a lot of leeway, which is very nice. Okay. So, we were too close. We can't see what's going on. Let's back you up a little bit. Okay. And then maybe just to bring in some of the black on here, I'll put some dots here. So I'm just kind of trying to show you how you can take things that really don't seem like much, but turn them into something. So we just started with a pile of scraps, and now we have this cute little notebook. All right. So let that dry. Put that over here out of harm's way, right? We know where harm's way is. That's anything in the way of Pam. Okay. Let's see, what else can we do? All right, so how about this? We have this very pretty little paper. Maybe this would be nice to be a cover on a journal, on a little notebook. But it's just a regular piece. I can take that off my fingernail now. There we go. Okay. Very pretty, it's colorful. And let's line it up here, go to the middle, and then press out, and that usually does it pretty well in that department. And I can probably make a couple out of this. So this is 11, so that would be 5.5, which would be halfway. And you can make them any size, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to look here again in my supplies of things. I would like something a little stiffer to put on the inside, just to give it a little bit more strength. I think what I will do, I will glue this down. That's what I would do. I'm going to use this glue. All right. This is a Wexford Jumbo Glue Stick. It's one I happened to find on Amazon one day. I was trying different glues, and it's fine. I mean, it's a good basic glue stick. Nothing super fancy. Probably got a good deal on it, something like that. So I don't know, maybe I even got it in the dollar store or something like that. I don't know, honestly, where I got it. Truth be told, there's sometimes things just, you know, you gather as you go, as we do, junk journal makers, and then we're putting things together from our stuff. I think there is something inherently super fun about making something from nothing, just from scraps. I think it's I don't know, there's great joy in it. Let's cut off the excess. Okay. Okay. Now we have this little card, which is nice. And I'm going to fold it in half, make it into a booklet. And then we'll decorate it up a little differently. Let me see if I can find some papers to put in it. These are all from, wait, yes, this is a hard one. We'll put you over there. This is very pretty. This is another signature page. I printed them on just regular copy paper so you can fold them and put them into your junk journals. The files are a little paler, softer, so you could write on them if you wanted to. And so you're going to go like this, I think. Yeah. And you're about the same length as that other one, so we'll just build you up a little bit. Give you a white one here too. The center. Pull out the hard card ones over there. Oh god, this one's pretty. It's another one of the, it's not a signature kit, it's a regular page. So I think I'm going to put it in here like that. And when I cut them all, they'll fit. All right. And you can put different textures of paper. Here's some more tissue stylized paper. You can put that in the middle. So there could be surprise finds in there. That's always good. We like surprises. And here's just some regular paper. So you can alternate something pretty, something plain, something pretty, something plain as an option. So I think I might put the interesting paper in the center just for fun. Let's see what else I have. Okay. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4 pages. That might be thick enough for a little journal notebook. Okay. So let's take our little cover. Okay, so I don't know where I put it. It's gonna be an upside down butterfly. Okay. Now I could just use this up and do it like that, but I think I really like the pictures in the middle, so I'm just gonna go for that. I'm going for broke here, people. Going for broke, making more scraps than I came in with. How about that? That happens sometimes too. Have you noticed? Yeah. Try and use up your scraps, you end up making more scraps. What's that all about? Who cares? As long as we have fun. And I think these little, when you have these little notebooks ready to go, they're fun. Because they're like, it's like a journal within a journal. I'm going to round the corners on this one just to make it cutie boo. And let's say you don't have, let's see, maybe I'm going to tie this one instead of actually using a stapler. Yeah, I just feel like tying it. So I'm not sewing it. I'm not doing anything fancy. Gonna leave a little bit on the outside. See if I have enough to go around twice. That would be nice. See what I think I do. And I'm gonna get those in the center. And you just bring them together and voila, scaroonies. You have a notebook. And this is kind of nice because it's almost a traveler's notebook style where you could actually take out the pages and put in different pages if you want. You had a different purpose for this one. Okay, I didn't tie that tight enough, so that's a little bit of an issue. So I think what I'm going to have to do is sew it around so I can create some more shortening. There we go. I could twist that a little bit. More and more and more in my mind. I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to, yep, I shortened it. I'm going to try that again. Keep it short. I don't know if this is going to work. Let's see. Well, first of all, you have to have a hold of it. Okay, no, get that other one. See, these little things like to wiggle away on you. It happens. Yeah, watch out for those in life. All right, did we go tighter? I think we did. We are a smidge tighter. Oh, that actually works out really perfectly. So you get something that looks like that, which is so pretty, right? And did I get my brown? I already knew we got to have the brown down the road at some point. Let's go find some brown. Any brown. We'll take a brown. What do you got, brown? How about, let me guess, gathered twigs? Because I think that's the only one that's on my desk right now. Okay. So we'll wake it up a bit. Hello. Just regular water. I spritzed on it. There we go. And I'm just going to ink it up around because that gives it a little vintage look. If you like that look, you don't have to do that. These are so easy to make. It's just so much fun. And now you could leave the background as that, or you could do something to it. I think we'll do something to it. Let me make sure I'm oriented the correct way. Maybe we're like this. Okay, well, no matter what I do, I have upside down butterflies, so I'm just going to roll with it. Yeah. And they're just some weird things. Like you could put odd things that you think don't belong on there. Like this doesn't look like it belongs. Let's make it belong. How about that? Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to use my, if I can find it, my, nope, there it is. Scotch Create glue stick. It's a little stronger of a glue stick, and this is a vellum piece. So I really want it to stick. Hopefully it'll stick. Sometimes vellum is finicky, but if you get a good adhesive, it will stick. And you can always staple or sew vellum if you're really struggling. So that's an option. Okay, that's kind of cool. Let me get a pair of scissors. I guess I could do this with my, oh, that's fine. All right, oh, did I get it good? Let me come in here with the big gun. My guillotine, which is a self-sharpening thing, which if you don't have one of these to cut, I don't know, we used to use back in school to cut construction paper and stuff like that. And it was really handy because you could cut a lot of big paper quickly. Nope, I got to be closer than that. Okay, we're going to have to shave off a little more. Hold your breath, everybody. Oh, did I end up cutting my string? I'll bet I did. No, I missed it somehow. That was pretty good. All right, so now we have that. Then we have this, but we want to go more. I just want to go more and more and more because I'm in this. Let's just have fun with it. No rules. Just play with our scraps. Here's like a little pretty scrap. It's like a white scrap. Okay. Maybe we'll tear you. Tearing always gives a nice edge. You don't need any fancy tools for tearing, which is nice. We could just glue that on there, and you could do that with the old thumb technique. Yeah. And if it mushes up on you, even better, because then it's almost like a ruffle or a ribbon. So let's see how far we get with that. I don't know what it's going to do. All right. There. Ooh, look at that. It's pretty. So we're goofing. We're goofing. What is that? Oh, it's like a little paper clip. Oh, you might want to belong on here. Maybe you do. Or maybe you're giving me an idea. What's this weird little entity? Maybe I'll put you here almost like you're the journal card plaque. The journal plaque. How about that? All right, let's put you down. Actually, I think I'm going to formally call you Notebook. And I'm going to put the word notebook on you because I'm feeling extremely bold. And I remember making this a long time ago. It was some like hand-painted flowery thing that I made. I think I made this. Oh, maybe I should put it this way. That actually looks really pretty. Huh. Yeah, maybe I'm going to kibosh that other idea completely. Yeah, or we could put it and put the word journal on. Okay, we're going to put the word notebook. I went with that. So there's a flower there, but now the flower's sideways. I'm going with it. I'm just going with it. What can I tell you? And I'm going to put the word notebook right there. Okay, this probably could be a little fatter, but maybe that's too skinny. I can tell. It looks too skinny, scrawny, Here, this one has a little more of a chub on the end. I'm going to try and be fancy. Hold your breath. Hope it fits. There. Yep. There we go. There we go. There. All right, stick. There we go. And if you wanted to, you could leave it as is. Where are we with this? Or we could come along again. I know, I can't do this. Stop this, apparently. I'm working with that aquarellable Stabilo pencil. Aquarellable is one of the hardest words for my mouth to say, and I don't know why, and it really won't work well over vellum, which is kind of missing the point. But we're just going to try it anyway, because this is paper, and we're just having fun with this, because we have to remind ourselves these are just scraps, and it's okay. It's okay to play and experiment. Okay, that's the word I was missing for all these years. We're experimenting with our papers. So be bold, be wild and crazy, be bold, and do those things, you know, your mama told you shouldn't do. That's right. You go in there and you mix your papers up. You glue things on plastic. You try colors that were never meant to go together back in the day, and now you're gonna release yourself of all that, and you're just gonna have some fun. Yeah, it's got a little napkin there or something. That's cute, right? Now, okay, so we're not done yet. No, we're having even more fun with this. I think we're gonna put a little bobbly boo on the end of that. And I also spy a mushroom sticker, and for some reason it says it needs a mushroom. Maybe here. Here? How about here? Okay. All right, we're gonna be here for 3, 2. Oh, I got it. I have no patience for stickers. So if I can't get it off in like 3 seconds or thereabouts, I just glue the whole thing down. That's the easiest way out of that. Okay. How about there? Yeah, you look like you look good right there. All right, so, and you can keep going. So let's just keep going. I mean, there isn't, what was I going to do? Oh, a bauble. Okay, I'm over in the bauble section. I'm shopping in my bauble section. Do you have a bauble section? You should. If you don't have a bauble section, you need to spread out. And if you don't have a bauble, get a button. Yeah. Here's a cool button. Hang on. I'll bring backup button. Because the whole thing with this, where you run into trouble, is these are hard to thread sometimes, baubles, because sometimes the holes are too small. And we don't want to fuss. So we're going to put that over there because you're too small. And we're going to look for, you would look nice, the blue. Okay. You could put a little glue on here to make it nice and easy to, are we going through? Ooh, we went through. 1. I could multi button here. I think I'm going to multi button. See how many I can get through. And we're gonna make a really cool little. Okay, let's get some. I'm sticking my finger in the glue stick to try and make that a point, so I don't have to keep fussing. And then this is a brown button. Oh, that worked really well, by the way. Yeah. So if you have those little frayed thingies, this is what you do. See, I like that look though. I like that. I like that better than that for some reason. So I'm gonna turn it over. Okay. Nope, I need more glue. Apparently I frayed it or something. Going through the last button, it was deep. Okay, there we go. And then I'm just gonna take the other end of that. We tie it together. I mean, it's nothing fancy, but it's something cute that you can add on to this little nothingness of it all. Somehow this little string has stretched again. Oh well, that's the way it goes sometimes. All right. And let's say that's just bugging you, like, oh, I love it, but it's too it's a floppy. Glue it. Just glue it. Let's try. All right. Move all the string. Let's put some glue here. Let's see if this makes it any better. Let's try. And then we're going to pull it maybe from the inside where it's nicely holding everything together, but then it could be because we want to glue it here. Make it a little tighter. Not so floppy, Lou. There we go. And then we have this loose one on the inside. What are we going to do with that? You know what we could simply do? I mean, I know this sounds crazy, but it's probably the easiest way out of this little mire of quag. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to washi tape that down. Yeah, I know, right? It's kind of crazy. But we can do it. The biggest thing is getting the end of your washi tape working. Be here for another. Okay, we're good. We're getting it going. And what is it? We never really trust the washi tape because it lets us down, because it's a low tack tape. Now it's actually doing its job, but just we want stronger adherence, so I'm going to run it over my glue stick. Yeah. And then I could do it like this way, but I think I'm going to go across. I don't know why. I'm just going to go across. And that's going to hold it on. Oop, get my fingers out. Oh, geez, paper turn. That's okay, though, because it could be an aesthetic. Yeah. All right, so just stay right there. Now, we know that we're not supposed to stick our fingers in it like that, so we're going to be careful this time. We're going to do it again. Do some more glue, but not get our fingers in it. I think I did cut part of that because there's a loose string here. So this is just like we're working with the disaster you see before you. Yeah, you try and you make it better. You're like, okay, well, that didn't go as planned, but you say we're not giving up. We're just going to take another run at it and see how we can get out of this little situation. All right, so I do like this like glued down papery look over the string. It looks like something, I don't know, something a child did back in the 50s. Okay, so now that's tacked down. This is tacked down. That's looking cute. This is looking cute. And I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna go one little tiny step further. I know you're saying, Pam, enough already. Back away. And I hear you, but I got nothing to lose. I'm here. You're here. We're here. We're all here. Let's have just a little more fun with this notebook. What about this goofy stuff? Shiny and blingy. Probably doesn't belong here at all. Oh, look at that. Oh, that looks cute, right? Forget the rest of it. We just like put that there. Yeah, that looks cute. Or we could even put it here. That looks cute too. But I think maybe at the top. Yeah. Okay. So it's gonna be a little bumpy. It's a little bumpy, but I am going to use the Fabrifix glue here. It's a little stronger, but I think it's gonna be okay. And if it's not, it's still gonna be okay. Yeah. So there we go. All right. And we put you down. Okay. There. And it looks like I need more inking down here. So if you see some papers peeping and they don't look like they're where they're supposed to, ink them up. Make it look like it's part of the cover. Yeah. That's what you do. Yeah. It's all about having fun and enjoying the process. And if something doesn't get glued down, you get in there and you put a little more glue on it. Okay, so you got a peely uppy. You got a little glue and down it goes. There we go. Here. Yeah, I don't even know what you are, but we're going to glue you down. There you go. You're down now. Not going anywhere. Mr. Notebook. Looking very cute. Oh, that's right. That's the end of where I tied it. So looking very adorable. Okay. So now we have that. And we have our initial note. Okay, I'm going to put that over here. So we have, don't stick your fingers in the new book. We have two little notebooks so far. Very cute. Out of literally the junk in my scrap box here. So let's keep going. And okay, no, I don't want to hear that. I don't want your scraps are cool and mine are lame. No, everybody has cool scraps. You just got to be creative with your scraps. So you say to yourself, okay, boring scrap, what can we do with you? All right, we're going to make you amazing. Right, that's what we're going to do. First of all, if you don't know what to do, you just put some glue stick on it. All right, everybody grab a piece of paper and just glue stick on it. And then this is classic, making something out of nothing in 10 seconds or less. Okay, it's going to take a little longer than that, but that's okay. Then you grab whatever you got and you just start sticking it down. You don't look at orientation. You don't look at content. You stop it, because you do that the rest of your life. You get all official and complicated, but no, right now you're just gluing paper. That's all you're doing. You have no other purpose in life other than to glue random pieces of paper to your, okay, what is this? your glued paper thing. Yes, there we go. There we go. Okay, good, 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 good. All right, and you want to do it relatively quickly because you will start to overthink it. And I don't want the overthinking to overtake you because sometimes it will. You'll be sitting there innocently, very innocently, trying to have fun, and all of a sudden, that little part of your brain goes, oh, I don't know if it looks right. It doesn't look good enough. I don't know. I would not be proud to show it in public. Okay, that means you're not done yet. You keep going. That's right. You just keep going. Okay, we're going to put you here. Oh, I'm going to put you here. Nope. Tear you off. Put you here. Yeah. There you go. There you go. Oh, I've got some things that are mixed in done here. I should have organized my scraps better. Okay, we have some scraps here. Okay. These are just from old books, old, fiction books, whatever they are. It doesn't matter. Okay, and you could do like a little layer design here, like an escalating layer design. Look at that, that's super fancy. And you have a little more, whatever this is. Okay, put that there. Yeah. Okay, and we just got a few areas to fill in. Oh, you're going on there, butterfly. You're going to be looking good. What else do we have here? What's this? Oh, we have another done paper clip. See, I found all this stuff I totally forgot about. And here's a cool, like it's a wonky heart, but in our world, it's amazing. Because sometimes I cut things out by hand and they don't really look like what they're supposed to look like. But we're like the land of misfit toys here, so it's okay. And let's say the little area of where it's glued doesn't have enough glue, then you just glue the item. Okay, see? Now we look like we're getting somewhere. We look like we pre-thought this out or something. We were looking like we were fancy. We're going to fancy town. There we go. Now often this will happen. You don't have any glue on the underside, so you got to come back and glue it. Okay. And there's one little area. Whoop! We got a cool. Oh no, you're already part of something. No, can't use you. What are you? You're already part of something. You're already part of something. Okay, here's a scrap. I found one. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I need one little piece. One little piece right there. So, and you can tear them apart. It's okay. It's allowed. Okay, so now we have this, which is just a lovely little crazy design of nothingness, but it's cool. And maybe we're gonna take our fancy, very fancy little edging scissors. I'm gonna make a little notebook cover. Now this often happens when you're doing this stuff. You realize, oh, I didn't obviously have enough glue there, did I? So this is a great opportunity to go back in, and I'm going to show you a little trick. You can go in here, and you can put little glue bits there and try and tack them all down, or you can totally skip that part. And you just take either a piece of fabric or another piece of paper that you're going to glue well. And do you have a little cute piece of fabric? I do. I have a little cute piece of fabric I'm going to put right there, and that's going to reinforce the spine. So I think I'm going to put this on with Fabrifix because that's going to hold nicely. It's going to take care of all those little issues in the spine area. There we go. Okay. Kind of know where my spine is. This is clear silicone glue, Fabrifix. Fabric to fabric, fabric to paper, paper to paper. All right. Okay. And then we're going to come along and trim. Be better if I had fabric scissors, but I have probably completely dulled my fabric scissors because I'm always guilty of cutting paper with my fabric scissors. I know, I can hear toes curl from way over here. I can hear it. And now let's say you have some areas like also that are kind of not quite going down. You have little extra pieces. You can come and just like glue those and stick those on there like random. Yeah, maybe I'm just gonna cut some boxes of this out because I have extra. So if I see those little areas, you can either painstakingly go and glue them down, or you can just glue down something bigger, maybe tissue paper or a napkin or a piece of like little lace or something like that, and you just glue it right down and it magically goes away and fixes itself. Let's see if we have any other issues. Oh yeah, there's got something there. See that? Okay, we're gonna handle that. Oh, that came right apart. Okay. My glue's getting a little thick. All right, there we go. Okay, so now to level up, sorry for casting the shadow there, a little bit more here on this lovely, this is kind of thin. It's a little thin. It's workable, but I would like it to be a little thicker. Oh, look, we have this. Let's collage the inside. Why not? Because we can make it thicker from both sides. So, and maybe I didn't want an all white on the inside. Maybe I want a little fuss going on here. So I'm just going to grab more scraps and glue them on this side. So I'm double siding this. That's right. That's what's going on here, right before your eyes. So this is a cool piece of old ledger or something. I don't know. But here we go. There. There. Okay, that's very nice. Okay, that's nicely thick. Yep. Okay, cut that off. Now wait. So I have this is all glued, and I'm not done here yet. So you have no glue on you. I think you need some glue. Or I could just come with something completely different, which I think I might do because I like the different look. Of course, I'm just a tad shy. Right there. I need a little bit more. So we'll just borrow. Get it all gluey. Bring it to the edge and call her done. There. And I do a little trimming. All the same all the way around. Looking good. Looking real good. I got that lace stuck to my finger, which happens. Trying to remember to close my lid. Then I'm going to, oh, you got a little peely uppy there. Look at that. Oh, you got quite a good one. So you know what, we do have this one last little piece of lace. I think I'm just going to put you right there. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. Okay. And you can also go over it with Mod Podge. That would also help seal in all these little edges. But if you're very meticulous, you can do these little edges the first time, right, where you don't have to do any of this stuff. Okay, get you all in there. Hand iron. Oh, no more glue. All right. Always seems to need a little more glue. So I miss my little pinpoint glue thing because it was just so nice to get in there. I'm going to have to work on that. All right, so now we have this, which is just so cute. It's just cute as it is, right? You could turn this into a postcard or whatever you like. But I think I'm going to put some rubber stamps on it because I think that's going to be really cute. I'm going to find some. Let's see, what should I put? How about this one? Maybe this one. Okay, I've got these fountain pen and I got a big flower. I'm going to put the fountain pen over here. I got to find the black. Looking for the black one. Where is the black ink? Here it is. Black soot on said rubber stamp. Hoping for all is well. Should probably use a flat bottom thing, but I'm not. I'm just going to do it. See what happens. Okay, so I picked it up where the paper was, but not so much where the lace was. But I'm okay with that. Yeah, I think that looks kind of cool. And I'm going to follow it up with good flower, I think. I think the flower is going to be a good payoff. I'm going to do the flower over here. Maybe up here too a little bit. Yeah, I think I could do that. Look at, see what I did? Yep. That happens here. Okay, so now we have that. That's cute. Okay. Now let's fold it in half. Where our spine is in the middle. Oh, this is a cutie, cutie, cute, cute. And I love the neutral tones because it can go in any journal. And if you want to add a color to it as you make your journals, you can always do that if you're doing a blue journal or a red journal or a pink journal or whatever. And so you can always add the colors later, so you don't have to worry too much when you're creating your things from nothing. So are you having fun? What are you making right now? Did you grab your scraps? And are you making something with me? You can do that. Yep. And but I'd love to hear what are you making a notebook? Are you making, Victorian calling cards? You could do that. That would be pretty. Yeah, we could do something like that. Yeah. 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 the dirtier, the better in the world of grungy junk journal vintage look. Right? There we go. Looking adorbs. A total dorbs. Yep. Is that brown? Yeah. There's a black one floating around here somewhere. Here it is. Okay, so I think it needs a word. This is kind of a fun thing you can do if you have books. And you can just tear a word out of a book. I'm going to make maybe to-dos. Yeah. This was from one of my kits. Kits, I think it's called Words. 1 or 2. I think there's a couple of them. And phrases. There's nature's phrases. And I put some in the recent collector's packet. Because I just thought it would be fun. Okay. Because sometimes we just need a word. You know? But that's right. Okay, to-dos. Yeah, that's right. That's the other thing I have available right now in my Etsy shop. I've made some collector's packs, and there's really fun and cool items in there, over 100 plus pieces. One is a page from a book that was written in 1798. Very, very cool. If you've never had your hands on really old paper, it's very cool. And the calligraphy, the font is the old Gothic style font, is just gorgeous. Okay, can we just say that? Oh, here's a fun thing you can put in these little books. Like maybe you get these little, remember like life's lessons? I've learned that the size of your biceps has very little to do with your popularity and the success after high school. Okay, just remember that. Here's something. I've learned that having a baby doesn't solve marital problems. There you go. I've learned that the best thing about growing older is that now I don't feel the need to impress anyone, said a 79-year-old. There you go. I've learned that anger manages everything poorly. Okay, there we go. I've learned that when I drop a slice of bread with jelly on it, it always lands jelly side down. I like that one. Okay, so you can put fun little things like that in here. Does that one fit? That one pretty much fits. So yeah, kind of look to see what you have hanging around. You never know, you might find something that could be pretty cool. And you can always put some regular paper in there too. Okay, let's put some regulars. Maybe we'll put that in the middle because that's kind of fun because then it's easy to read. And okay, I've got more paper here. Let's see, we organized that. Did I already go through all my stuff? I can't possibly have. I grabbed a big pile of stuff. Well, here's more of the white. We'll put more of the white in then. But let's say the white is too plain. It's like, man, the white's so plain. Why are you putting all the white in? Well, you just get your rubber stamps out and you just do some faint stamping on it, and now it's no longer white. Okay, I don't want to hear it. Not white anymore. Okay, you do it on your back. There's like a lot of residual ink on here. It makes it look amazing, like it's fancy art paper you got from some fancy store, but it's not. You don't have to tell anybody. Okay. Yeah, that's really cool. See? How cool is that? Maybe I need one more. We'll work with 4 in the middle. Here's one more. And so what was that other stamp? Oh, the pens. Yeah, let's see if we have any of those on there. Oh, yeah. Now we're talking. Okay, we still got some going. See how much we can get out of it. See, and it can be faint too. It doesn't have to be heavy inking. It can be light inking too. It all looks cool. I don't know why, it just does. And I'll put this one between these. Some variety. Oh, I'll go down to the bottom. And this thing is almost pre-sized for me, so let's just... Oh, I still have the butterfly. Oh yeah, we could do something with you. Okay, here we go. So yeah, sometimes when you're working on a project and you're just having fun with it, you give yourself the room to play a little bit more. Like, it's okay if we do something goofy. You know what I mean? Or you want to go overboard? Go overboard. I mean, I highly recommend going overboard. It's a good thing. Okay, I'm using it as a template. No, that worked out pretty well. But now I've got to round my corners. So I rounded the other corners. Oops, this way. And round these. There we go. And then come back in here because now I got a little white showing, so I'm gonna hide it. That's it, just hides it all. It's so cute, isn't it? Cutie, cute, cute. What did I say I was gonna do? Oh, the butterfly, yeah. And this is honestly, this is where it's at. This is like hardcore, down home, granny core, cottage core, core of the apple. This is it. This is junk journaling at its finest. Yes, okay. We're just making something out of nothing. Okay, you're nothing, so you go over there. All right, so now get my little, where is it? This was from some kind of packaging. It's some kind of styrofoamy thing, but you can also do it with that spongy stuff, or like into a book, like the pages of a book, like a block, like this thing. Let me show you. Can't find one right now. Here's one. This thing you pull out of a book. You can staple into that too, and it shouldn't ruin it. And this is so cute. Okay, that one felt like it went a little weird, but we'll see. Oop, didn't even find this one. It's gone. Oh, I think it stapled itself. No, we don't want that. So we want you to be flat. I wasn't paying attention. You want to go straight down. Yeah, like that. So now you got the little feet. Can you see the little feet? You can see the little feet. Okay. And then the feet are up. Oh, my paper's moved. As you can, oh, don't lose your feet. All right. Paper's moved a bit, but it's going to be okay. Sometimes it's easier with your fingers. At least get it started. And then you can just come in with the final musharoo. There you go. Mush. Mush-aroo. Okay. A little cockeyed, but not bad in a day. And come along and ink that. That's kind of cool. There we go. These are pretty. Sometimes I like to fold these back and just put a little extra ink on them like that. That looks cool the way it's cockeyed. I don't know. It looks like handmade. There you go. And if you want, you can put a little daub there to denote that's where it opens. Or where's that stuff? Oh yeah, this stuff. Could put some like action with this on there. Let's just try that. Okay, put you up there. Maybe I'm going to put a door handle here. There. Okay. And maybe I'm going to put some fancy dots because I'm here and I just want to play with my stuff. So that's what I'm doing. I'm playing with my stuff. All right. There we go. And you can also put like a, accompanying dot here and there if you want. You can take it as far as you want. And I'm going to dot there and a dot there to start in that. And, if you can't stop yourself, it's all right. And I apparently cannot stop myself because I could do this till the cows come home. I don't know what it is. I find it very relaxing and fun. And it just adds a little something. There you go. That's it. Put a little nice little round dot there and maybe a little round dot there. Yeah, because sometimes you need a round dot, Okay, and you can keep going. I mean, you can. So that's number 3. That was very fun. I enjoyed that one. Those are actually kind of my favorite to make the, well, they're all sort of something out of nothing, right? Which is kind of cool. So let me bring back over what we made today so you can get a little bird's eye view. Here we go. Oh, don't smudge them, Pam. Don't smudge them. Okay, and don't forget, I've got the huge September special, 50% off all DigiKits. Printable, downloadable images only, the JPEGs, not the print and mail ones. And don't forget also, we have Secret Garden, the junk journal, and accompanying Keepsake collector's box with that too, which is now available in my Etsy shop, at least as of the recording of this video. Is it going to be yours? You let me know. It's available. And hold on, let me get with Sunshine. Okay, somebody has come into the building. It's not Elvis. It's Sunshine. Sunshine is here doing my junior pup reporting for the pup date of the day. I'm a little tired, but you know what else is new? Mom, can you please reveal what just happened? Yes, that's what happens. Okay, I'm going to put you over there. Okay. I don't know. Was there great joy in making notebooks out of nothing? Yes, there was great joy. There was happiness in Mother's heart. She was scampering about. You didn't get to see it because she went to get me. But she was doing little dances of paper joy,
just because it was just papery joy. She was overwhelmed with the joy, and it was so good. I joined her in the dance. We danced around the living room, and then we came in here, and now I'm doing my pup date, delivering the message of joy with paper. So it doesn't have to be difficult. Anybody can do it. Beginners can do it. All you need to do is tear paper, glue paper, cut paper, all together, and keep adding. And when you don't know what to do, put a little more on, because it's going to look funky in the beginning. Okay, can we all just get down with that? It's going to look funky in transition. But if you stick to it, you just don't give up. And okay, I'm going to, can you show them the little trick if it really goes bad, Mom? Okay. I'll show you the trick if it really goes bad. Hold on. Okay. I gotta find something that really went bad. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's just say we don't like something. Okay. We got that, and we glued something to it, and we don't like it. Okay. Where? Anything. Give me anything here. Okay. All right. I'm just putting some glue here. I don't know what I'm doing at this point, but I'm just doing something. I'm like, oh, that's horrible. Why did I ever make that? That's, ugh. I mean, it's like, nobody's ever going to like that. It's plumb awful. Like, what was I thinking? Like that kind of stuff, you know, when you do that, you know, does your brain ever do that? Mine does. Okay, what's that? Here's like a weird thing. Why we just stuck that there? You know, it's like, yeah, that's great. You know, no, you're not dead in the water, and this is what you do. You can do a million things, but here's just one. You get a paper punch. I hope this works. And you just punch something out. Yeah, and then all of a sudden you got something cool. I want to get in there far enough so I can get the pink too, because that would be cool. Okay. All right, I think I got something here. Ooh, yep. Almost. I ripped it. Okay, well, that happens. But you can't see it because it was underneath. So now I have that, right? Yeah, which I didn't have that before. That never existed until this came along. That's right. And then, where's my brown dauber? Here's my pink dauber. Okay, I can pink it up a little bit. And it's got some glue on it, so it's probably going to grab the pink ink pretty nicely. So I can even take off things that I glued on with my thingy. The fun never ends. That's what we're going with here. The fun never ends. So then you have this, and then we need to go closer so you can see what on earth I'm doing. Okay, I didn't quite get the... Okay, here. I can't find my dauber, but I'm gonna go in and ink it just on its own. So in other words, if it looks like disaster pants, then you can come in and punch it, tear it, make something else out of it. I mean, it doesn't have to be what you originally planned. Okay, now we have that, okay? And then maybe we're going to come in with some of that stuff. Where's that stuff? Now, of course, now I find you. So I have this one. This is the Morning Dew or something. Morning Dew. Oh, no shadows, please. And why are you so far away? Okay. Beep. Oh, nope. One of those days. And of course it's plugged. Of course, but I have another one. I know my black is flowing, so we can work with that one. I had copper. Where'd that go? There it is. Work with copper. It's a copper penny. This is very close, I know. Oh, I think it's going to show up mostly in the middle. There. I can go all the way around. I can make this the cutest little thing. It looks like I spent hours on it. There. Okay. And if I have a tweeze, I can barely pick it up. Oh, I got that thing underneath. So we'll just leave it there until it dries, because you know what's going to happen. So let me back her up here. Back her up. Okay. So you can make a cute little embellishment like that. I'm getting a side shadow, I see. Okay. So if you don't know,
I have a free monthly emailed newsletter. You can sign up for that. And if you do, you get a free digital image emailed to you every month. A note from the bookmaker, which explains what the junk journal is and how to use it, and a checklist of supplies, over 500 free or almost free items that you can look for in your universe, and you'd be surprised they're everywhere. And you got a lot of them at home already to make junk journals with. And then how to break a blank page list of ideas on how to break a blank page. So those are all at the bottom of every newsletter. So just sign up for that, and it'll come to you automatically. And when you sign up, you should get the most current one sent to you right away. There will be a link on the page that comes back. Just click on that, and you'll have your first one, and you're off and running. I've suddenly gotten the hiccups. And my videos come out Wednesdays and Saturdays, 7 a.m. Eastern time. My podcast's new audio material comes out Tuesdays on most audio podcast platforms, and you can watch video podcasts on Spotify any day of the week. And I have an Etsy shop if you're looking for journals and bundles and kits and fundles and digikits and print and mail digikits. I have all of those available in my Etsy shop. I have an Amazon shop if you're looking for favorite tools and supplies that you see me use here. I do my best to put the links in there so you can find these items for yourself and have fun with it. It does help my shop, but you do not pay more for the items for using my links. So thank you very much for your support. I also have a merchandise shop if you like the phrase create with reckless abandon, or everything is a craft supply until proven otherwise. You can get that on a t-shirt, sweatshirt, zipped hoodie, mug, tote, or water bottle. And you can find me on all the social media platforms, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook. Come and join our Facebook group. We're having a lot of fun over there doing weekly and monthly challenges, as well as seeing what you guys make from these videos. And there we go. Remember most of all that fun can be simple. And create with reckless abandon, everybody. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Keep having fun.